Because you need to manipulate your independent variable in a science experiment, which you
I
guys
didn't
can't
know
do,
your
and
name
we
was
can.
Chemo,
Well, look,
Jeremy.
we're all scientists on the flat Earth side. We understand this all together. You know, we all understand this. This is well understood that if you've got the scientific method, you are in control. You guys are not in control.
Whoa. I said nothing about the scientific method. I asked, why are you so concerned about control?
No, we're not. We're only concerned about manipulating an independent variable, controlling that independent variable.
But you didn't say that in that statement at all.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for, is the cause to the effect. Once we know the cause, we can now manipulate and control the independent variable.
Well, what was Jeremy talking about with the lead and using mercury to move it? I don't understand how this is going to work.
Because lead would
You guys
float
aren't
in
making
mercury.
any sense at all. Lead does not float in mercury.
Lead would float in liquid mercury.
Oh, would it? Okay. It doesn't, and it wouldn't, but I guess you're claiming it does. That means something.
All right, whatever density you need to make lead float, you just have the liquid be that material.
Pretty easy, Kosher. With that much in control, we could tell, we could vary these things like this. Whereas again, you're still wondering, how do we get that force and control our object? You still can't do it. You just say, well, all we can do so far is take a lead ball and make it go, left or right. But that's just lead, and that's just.
You can't do that with
you
just
can't
density.
do it on a.
You can't do that. You can't do that with anything. Not just lead, but density. You can make something go up or down by changing the density of the medium it's in with certain objects. Not with lead. With other objects, if you have to have an infinite amount of that medium, I guess. But that's not moving that wherever you'd like to.
Okay, hold on. I'm posting a citation. Let me read it. Objects that can float on mercury. Therefore, some objects that sink in water will float on mercury, including pieces of lead, silver, and steel.
Lead is more dense than mercury.
Floats in mercury. Did you read the citation?
He's got a citation there, Coach.
That citation's wrong.
That's the wrong citation.
Okay, so question with that, why does stuff sink into the liquid mercury in the first place if it's, not as dense as the liquid mercury? Shouldn't it sit like right on the top of it? Like not sink slightly into it like it does?
We need an expert. Mr. Scott.
There's not enough resistance.
Mr. Scott, are you here?
But it's not as dense as the mercury, whatever the material is that it's...
Yeah, mercury is denser than lead. I don't know why you guys think lead is denser.
It shouldn't even be displacing it. It should just be sitting on top of it, despite it.
No, because it's malleable. It's not like a floor. It's not like a solid. It's oobleck.
We're talking about making the lead go up. If we want to make the lead go up in the room, we fill the room with mercury. The lead's going to go up to the ceiling. No.
All right, it will.
Boom.
You're right, Jerry.
There you go, guys. Science at work, right?
That's
Where's
all
Mr.
we
Scott?
were saying.
Because that's buoyancy. That's buoyancy. Jeremy, you fucked it up again. That's buoyancy, dickhead. Displace it more than it weighs, therefore it floats. God,
David,
you guys
that's
are
another
fucking
W.
Buoyancy.
That's another
Hold
W
on.
for me.
For buoyancy,
It
Boonan.
still works.
For buoyancy,
Works on
Boonan,
models.
you need gravity. Remember, you don't have gravity.
Right. There's a fucking constant down, Kimo, and the sideways is going to give you a problem. Okay.
No, any direction.
It's mass to mass. There's gravity.
No, any direction. We just make it more dense to the opposite direction of where we want it to go, and it will move in that direction.
That doesn't work sideways, buddy.
Any direction.
No.
There is no direction when it comes to relative density.
Doesn't?
It doesn't work sideways, right, kid? Come on.
Hang a brick on a string, move a sledgehammer from the side and hit the brick. That brick will go sideways. The force of that more dense object, the anvil or the sledgehammer, came from the side and made it go sideways, right?
Wait, hang on.
That's something totally different now.
No, but so let's say you take
nothing makes it go sideways. You can have
No,
a
we
wall of
meant
water. You can have
okay. But what are you trying to say? So if you take if you're talking about air, got the brick in air, and we make a gust of wind, that side of the wind is more dense. Why did it go to the left or to the right? So we can create that. We can control the air by making it more dense, by flapping or fanning, and that object will move. any way we want by creating a density layer or area against that. Just like when you blow. When you blow,
Yep.
you make the air more dense behind that object, and that controls the direction. Very
Or
simple.
water or anything.
Anything,
You can
yeah.
make it go in any direction.
But wait, you brought up wind. Is wind a
Wind,
force?
but yeah, the air will become more dense. That's why when paper is blowing, why is it going in any direction? Because
Is wind a force?
wind is it's creating density. That's why the objects are
Is
moving.
wind
push.
a force?
Wind is a push, which is another name for a force.
Oh god,
I mean, it is. It's a push, right? Wind's push.
is it?
We got wind power, but I mean, we're talking about why did the object move? It's
I
because
guess winds. Sorry, yeah, I guess winds are pulling me.
Yeah, but like, so you stand either side of a desk fan, right? Put your hand on one side and your hand on the back side. Does it push both ways?
Well, where's the reduction of pressure coming from?
From the back, so it pulls you in.
Okay, so
and
which
then
way is it going to
pushes out.
push?
But
Which way is it going to push?
But hang on, doesn't it do both?
Okay, so are you saying there's a force or not? I don't get it.
No, I'm not saying wind is a force.
You're
I'm
saying
not
there's no
saying that.
force.
I never said that.
You're trying to dance. You're trying to tiptoe dance around
It's
it
a
and not
difference
say
in
that,
pressure.
that pushing
Yeah.
is a
Creating
force.
different pressures. Come on, man. Y'all know that. Why you ask the
A
question?
pressure is a push.
Whatever.
Stop saying pressures aren't pushes. You guys are fucking weird with your words.
so
We're
again,
gonna do the gotcha.
where's Kosho? Kosho, what we would like is for you to control the direction of an object with gravity, or the bending of space-time, either Newton or Einstein. Doesn't matter. Can you do that for us?
You would just put the object in whatever direction you want the. You put, like, if you want to attract something to the Earth, you put the Earth in one position, and the thing will be attracted to it.
Yeah, and then you change the Earth in another position. Yeah. That's quite funny, actually. So you just, you pick the Earth up, you put it in one place, it will pull it that way. You pick the Earth up again, you pull it in that way.
Or if you're doing any kind of experiment with something realistic, you could do
Rakia, did you figure out yet how the gas is able to push on that scale in that illustration?
Pressure.
Huh?
Oh,
Pressure.
nice deflection.
Why does it
mean
push?
pressure
Why does
on
it
that
push
scale.
harder? Why does it push harder on the bottom of the container than on the top?
You mean press. Don't
That's
say
what
push.
it does.
Don't say push
That's
anymore.
what certain gases do.
Well, all gases do, not any. You could fill that with any gas in the world, and it will push it will push the bottom of the container harder than the top. Why?
Because that's what gases do. Liquids do the same thing.
everything does the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why do they push the bottom?
Because we have an up and a down on a flat plane.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be anything but gravity, huh? It's like gravity is just like this taboo, you know?
So
Like,
you're denying density?
the density has nothing to do with it. Where does density come into a factor in that picture?
What
Oh,
happens if
maybe it
there's what
does.
happens if there's no container to hold the water?
Hold on a
Wait,
second.
wait.
Hold on.
What happens if there's no container to hold the water? Is there pressure on the bottom?
I need Rakia to answer the question.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
Is there
does
pressure if
density-
there's no container?
Where does density come into it in that illustration?
I have no idea.
You need a container to have density.
Okay, so you don't know what it is, but you know what it isn't, and it isn't gravity, but you don't know what it is. It's just not gravity just because you say so, but you don't know what it is. You just know what it isn't.
No, we know it's a
I'm
container.
done.
We know it's not mass
Yeah,
attraction.
you are done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm-
you're not giving him anything. You're saying it's
Yeah.
gravity, but you don't want to say it's mass attracting mass. You don't want to say it's space-time bendy causing the pressure. It's the container. Why would bending or mass attracting mass cause pressure? If you take the container out, there's no pressure.
Exactly.
What a fool! Like that's such foolish.
The
behavior.
question, the question is, why is there more pressure on one side of the container than the other?
Why
Because there's a container.
Yeah, but why is there more on one side than the other? The container. Why would the container care?
You can't build up pressure unless it's contained.
Right, but the pressure is not building equally. It's pushing harder on one side of the container than the other.
Jake,
But why?
you're being silly. How can all the molecules fit in that small area? At the bottom. How can they all build up in the bottom? There's no space for them, Jake. They have to go above.
You're talking just nonsense, Chemo. I'm just gonna ignore you.
No,
'cause you're
shut
just
up,
talking
dude.
gibberish.
Stop telling people they're dumb. Stop saying they're nonsense.
Nah,
That's your
Siggy.
only freaking
Siggy.
tactic.
He's
It's
trying to
so
catch you
lame.
out, Stiggy, that's why.
Siggy, you're not thinking critically at all right now.
I'm talking critically. I'm thinking critically with containers.
No,
You're the
you're
ones
not.
that
The
go.
bottom line is
Not at
nobody in
all.
here
You're
can
just not thinking
explain.
right.
The bottom line is
You
nobody
can't
in here
wait.
can. None of the flat earthers in here can explain why the container is pushed harder on one side than the other.
No,
There's no explanation for it.
We
Density
dismantle
makes
your
no
whole
sense.
argument by saying if you don't have a container, you don't have pressure at all. But you're saying no, the pressure is caused by mass causing it underneath. It's so stutteringly, blitheringly dumb to just deny containers cause pressure. Just to ignore a container, like let's just forget about what containers do to liquids and gases. Let's just ignore it.
And he won't
It's
answer your
mass.
question. If you take it out of the container, can he weigh it?
We don't have to ignore it. Why?
Well, he's saying that if you take it out of the container, does it have weight?
There isn't any way to take it out of the container, is there?
No, if he just opens the container.
All gas is always contained from your point of view.
Think of the universe as a giant container.
No. We're saying that the air
universe.
doesn't have weight unless you weigh it in a container. How are you weighing it outside of the container?
It's always in the container.
Yeah, but then you can't weigh from
Yeah,
inside.
it's
Yeah, okay,
contained.
fair enough. But
Yeah,
but you
Yeah,
can't.
it's contained.
But you can't weigh from inside the container. You can't take your gauge, put it in the container, and get the pressure reading. You've got to have it outside the container. So even if you were in a container, we wouldn't be able to measure the gas inside. We'd have to be outside.
What? That doesn't make sense.
So even if
How
we
can
were
you
in a
say any of
container,
that?
because
We
how?
are in a container, you think, right?
No, but even if
So-
we were in a container,
You don't think we're in a container?
no, it's not a container now. That's
Oh,
Nathan's
we're
argument.
not in a container. You're now saying the Earth is not in a container, so the atmosphere can exist without a container.
Yeah, Adam, I've never said the gas is under pressure. It's not in a container. My very argument, isn't it? Under no pressure. You can't have gas pressure without a container. So where's our container? We don't have it.
So you're saying, but you just said the Earth is not a container.
Exactly. So that's why it has no pressure.
And we do have, and we do have gas pressure.
Well, that's what you think, yeah. That's why I let you flat earthers and ball earthers argue out about where's the container, where's gravity.
We
But
have to argue, find some way of arguing that we don't have gas pressure.
no.
So why does it?
Nathan
Showing
that
that
argues
to
that
be true.
you can't have it without the container, so therefore he says that there is gas pressure, and so there must be a container. But I'm
So, why
saying
does
that how can we weigh the gas outside? We don't have any devices to do it anyway.
There is no outside. What's outside?
Outside of an
What does that
actual
mean?
box, a normal container.
Come on, Kimo. Why does the balloon get
It's
smaller
still in
as
a
it?
container.
So just take a normal box, like an acrylic see-through box. Inside that, you can weigh the air because it's being pressed on the container. Out here, it's not pressing on any container. So you can't get any pressure without the container.
Hang on. This brings me up something. So if you get a set of scales, right, and then you put those scales on the floor, it reads 0, right? You then get that empty container. What's making that container push down on the scale?
What? A container on a scale?
Yeah, well, that's normally how you weigh something, right?
You're asking silly questions. I don't know. Wait, what's your point?
Okay, so you've got the scale in a room, and you've put it on the floor, and it says 0, right? In the atmosphere, or the atmos plane, if that's what you want to call it. And then you get that container and put it on. But what's pushing on the container if it wasn't pushing on the scale to begin with?
Nothing's pushing on it.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Chemo.
So the idea is that the atmosphere is supposed to have, and that was the point of my plane video, because we were arguing with Mr. Scott Hippity Hoppity the other day, and some other guys, and they were saying that couldn't go in an aeroplane without it being pressurized, and if they didn't pressurize it, you would die after 2 minutes.
Wrong.
You would die after 2 minutes in an airplane.
Kimo, you don't get away with this shit. it's only pressurized. It only needs to be pressurized if it goes above a certain height.
So
That's what
they were like,
people
if it's
said.
not pressurized.
Don't fucking lie your ass off again.
So they're like,
'Cause I was present when that discussion was being had, you little lying sack of shit.
so they were like, if it's
So-
not pressurized, they
So
wouldn't make it.
If
with
it's
such a...
above if it's above a certain height, a cabin has to be pressurized.
Yeah, you said that
And
already.
I brought in the example of World War II bombers where the crew had to wear oxygen masks when they're going above 10,000 feet.
Okay, I heard you.
So don't you fucking lie your little shitty ass off.
Okay. So I was like,
Planes have
in
closed
an
cabins.
aeroplane, it's got to be pressurized. And these guys were like, oh, you would die after 2 minutes, and it's like 2.5, and there's just no way you would be able to survive, and all this kind of stuff. So then I produced a video that showed some child at like 38,000 feet hiding in the wheel chamber thing, in the wheel.
Again, you lying little shitbag. That aircraft was a short hop. It never went above 21,000 feet. And it was a 45-minute flight. So
Oh.
again, you're lying your fucking little ass off. Stop it.
Which one was that?
That is the one with the kid between the two cities that you brought up that you linked to, and when it didn't actually show you any of the salient information, but you found that in the Telegraph article that described that flight, and the flight never went above 21,000 feet, and B, it was a 45-minute flight.
Well, which one was that? Because I didn't show that one.
Look, Kimo. Don't try this fucking shit. I don't know what it was because you posted it, you little shitbag.
I didn't
fucking stop lying your ass off. Fuck off, you little creep.
I didn't show that one though. I mean, that one sounds interesting, but the one I was talking about was the guy who flew. I think he flew to London. I think that might have been from Africa. So I don't know which one you're talking about.
Trying to be nice to you fucking flare for maggots.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure which one you're talking about, but yeah, fine. But the idea was that this guy was able to fly at 38,000 feet for hours.
No, it wasn't.
Emo, every time you that means you're thinking of a lie.
No, I'm trying to think of which. Because there was about, I think there's over 50 people have tried it. So we've got to make sure which one we're talking about, right?
Pieces of yes, sir, and this dude, you fucking can't even remember your lie. Your lie's better than you do. You are getting shit at this, Chemo. They're all bullshit. It was under 12,000 feet. It was across Africa. It wasn't any of the shit you presented. So yet again, just fucking lie. Maybe tell us the truth and we'll be shocked.
Oh yeah, that was one of the stories. But like I say, the one I showed was the one where he landed in London. Did you manage to catch that one?
No, there have been numerous morons who have thought it was a great idea to stow away in the undercarriage of aircraft, even the baggage compartments of aircraft, and they haven't done too well. Yeah, big fucking news. Carry on.
Yeah, but that's not the one. Again, that's not the one I was talking about.
Yeah, well, all you need to do is go to historical records, World War II. The Lancaster bombers, for instance, going above 10,000 feet, they had to use oxygen. End of story.
Yeah, that's not the one I was talking
There's
about.
no other point.
Yeah, that's not the one.
Oh well, you know, somebody somewhere survived it. Big fucking deal.
Yeah,
But
that's not the one.
piss off.
That's not the one I was talking about. You've got your story mixed up, I think.
No. I remember exactly the one that you linked to, and then I linked the Telegraph article that showed exactly that the aircraft never went above 21,000 feet. So most of the time, it was because it was a short hop. So it takes some time to reach its maximum altitude, some time to come down from its maximum altitude. It was a 45-minute fucking flight, and it was in a hot climate.
That's interesting. That's a good story. I didn't talk about that one. I'll have to look
Well,
at that.
that is exactly the one you linked to. Only the story that you linked to didn't have any of the salient details.
No, that's not the one I was talking about. The one I gave you the link for was the one from the Wikipedia page.
Shite, Kimo. Look, Kimo, I know exactly the one you were fucking linking to, so don't give me this crap.
No, you made a mistake. The one I showed you was from the Wikipedia. Like I said, there's over 50 attempts. So you probably got confused with one of these stories. Not a problem, because there are many attempts that have tried to... Also, there's over 100 attempts. There's tens of hundreds of people have tried it.
Get away with this shit. Who do I trust? Your lying fucking mouth or my eyes? I'll trust my fucking eyes and my memory.
Yeah, but you made a mistake. I wasn't talking about that story. Like I said, the one I was talking about, the guy landed in London. It was on Sky News. Did you manage to catch that one? No, I don't think you did. You're talking about something different, yeah. So, like I said, I get my information from the Wikipedia in this moment, not from the press, where you may have got your stories. I don't know where you got your story from, actually. It sounds interesting, like I said. But the guy
Chemo, hang on. Wait, Chemo, just so you know, I actually financially support Wikipedia, so thank you for using my source.
Okay, so yeah, so like I say, I don't know where you got your information from there, Naga. You made a mistake. You're confused, obviously.
Kimo, can I ask you about that? You said they landed in England, and I was where did they take off? Because I wasn't really looking at the info, but I heard somebody say the other day that they never did overseas or something. So
what I'll do is I'll send you the Wikipedia. You can have a look through the list of flights. Survivors, and you can check it out. Yeah, an abundance of flights out there, Kosher. So like I said, don't get confused like Naga here by going for the wrong story, the wrong stowaway. When we're talking about hours at 38,000 feet.
Again.
Yeah, we're talking about hours and hours at 38,000 feet. Where
no. The story that you posted, where it was suspiciously devoid of any fucking details, because I only found the details in a Telegraph article describing the same thing, and you were trying to put it. This kid survived as if it was the same as flying from fucking God knows where to Heathrow, and no, those weren't the same.
Yeah, so I've put the link in the. I'll put the link in the chat box there if anyone wants to check out the video that I was actually talking about. The kid was saying I could see the little boy was saying they managed to interview this little boy, and he was saying, yeah, I could see the clouds, I want to go and see my mother, you know, and at the end of the flight he just jumped out of the wheels, and he was able to go at such a high height, no problems, breathed just fine, and he made the trip, proving that the atmosphere does not get thinner and thinner and thinner as you go up, but showing that it just gets colder.
No, it didn't. Mippet took you to pieces on this yesterday, like the hand with Tara. You got your ass kicked and now you're in total denial of it. You dead set, dude. She fucking killed you yesterday, and we've got the recordings. Do you want to hear them back? We'll keep that for a special time, shall we?
Most of the London ones, they died. So there was one guy from Vienna to London, supposedly.
Go Kosho. Here's 3 people who unfortunately fell to their deaths as they opened up the wheel well. Yeah.
Most of them, almost all of them died that were going to London. It says one from Vienna to London survived.
Yeah, this guy, August 2012, man's body was found in the undercarriage bay of a plane at Heathrow after a flight from Cape Town. The next month, Jose Matada, 26, from Mozambique, was found dead in a street in Mortlake, West London. He died from multiple injuries after falling from a plane travelling from Angola. Whoops.
Yeah, it's sad.
So, I mean, there are countless stories. What's interesting in this Wikipedia is the first 10 that tried, they had a success rate of over 50%. I think that's what it is. Let's take a double look.
That's not a good success rate.
Yeah, it just shows that the atmosphere is not the cause of death. They fell because it was cold. The wheel either crushed them or they just fell, and we don't know what happened to the body.
I'm reading the survived guy.
Yeah.
The guy who survived from Vienna to London. It says he got freed by the UK police because they're nice about that, I guess. Said he had bruises and hypothermia because it was negative 40 Celsius, which happens to be negative 40 Fahrenheit as well. But he also, it says experts said the stowaway survived because the flight or survived the flight because the plane flew at a low altitude to avoid stormy weather.
Well, which story is that one?
The only one that I saw where the guy ended up in London survived.
Which
It's
story
very
is that?
lucky.
Which one? Post the link.
Here we go.
Yeah, go on, Kosho. Do more research for Chemo because he's shit at Google.
Yeah, he's just fucking around, man. You think he doesn't know that people need oxygen at higher altitude? Give me a break.
You don't. Got guys flying at 35,000 feet. No,
Yeah, why do people haul these heavy bottles
Oh,
up Mount,
Kosho, this is the
Mount
wrong
Everest?
story. Kosho, this is the wrong story. This is the Romanian guy, Kosho. This is not the one I was talking
This
about.
is the only guy that I saw that survived.
Kosho, why do climbers haul these heavy bottles of oxygen up when they're climbing?
No, Kosho, this is the wrong story, this one. This is the Romanian stowaway.
Hang
Again,
on.
you guys are getting
Why
your
is this the
stories
wrong story?
mixed
This
up.
is the story Kosho was talking
You're
about.
getting your
Chemo.
stories mixed up, guys. Like I say, take a look at the video. All the information is in
All
the
the other
video
ones,
that you need.
all the other ones from London, they died. Or they were on to London.
Do you
Hey,
think
Kosho. Sorry, Kosho, quick question. So you were originally speaking about the Romanian guy that got freed by the police who ended up having hypothermia and bruising and such, and then posted the link to what you were talking about, yet Chemo says it's the wrong fucking story.
Yeah, not the one I was talking about. They got an interview from the boy, and he says he could see the clouds, walking through the holes. This guy was flying at 38,000 feet. I think you guys do it on purpose just to avoid the actual story.
I'm being honest, man. I was looking through that list, the Wikipedia list. I was looking for specifically the ones that were pertaining to London, and unfortunately, like 20 of them that were up there, but they all died. And that was the only one I saw that where somebody survived.
He might have flown from London, Kosho, to America.
All right, I have a question. Do you think he survived because of the cold helped slow down his metabolism because of the less oxygen?
Most likely.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it
right.
said they didn't go high. It said they stayed low because of the weather.
Yeah, I just posted the link that actually tells you the details of that flight that you linked to originally, and then I had no details. You were trying to make up all kinds of fantasy stories about it, flying at 30,000 odd feet and all the rest of that shite. And when I actually looked up and I found the details, and it starts off Daniel, I'm not even going to pronounce that name, was able to evade security at Benin City Airport and survive a 45-minute Arabic air flight to the Nigerian city on Saturday, despite the plane reaching an altitude of 21,000 feet.
That's interesting. That's
a
interesting.
45-minute flight, and it reached a maximum of 21,000 feet.
Doesn't sound like 38,000 to me.
That's interesting, but that's not the story I'm talking about.
Well,
For
that
goodness
is a
sakes,
story
guys.
you linked, you little sack of shit.
No, I linked you the Wikipedia. How many stories are in the
Fuck
Wikipedia?
yourself. Did you fuck?
You're getting
then
your
tried to
you're getting your
obfuscate
stories
it. When you were called
confused.
out, you tried to obfuscate it, as you always do when you're actually confronted with.
You're
with the crap
getting your
that you've been
stories
talking.
confused.
Go fuck yourself.
Okay,
you little
okay,
maggot.
enough
Go
messing
fuck
around.
yourself.
Enough of this nonsense. Let's give you the story. 11-hour flight, 40,000 feet. For goodness sake, I have to do everything for you guys, right? Right? I mean, it's like, without the flat earthers, you guys would know nothing. Right? I told you, he went to London. Right? You don't listen. You don't research. You don't know how to read. You don't know what to look for. You get confused with stories. You get things messed up all over the place, guys. Right? Very
Projecting
simple
a bit
endeavour.
there, aren't you, Keen?
Yeah.
Very, very simple endeavour.
Just a little bit there, you know.
Very, very simple endeavour. 11-hour
Yeah,
flight
this is
in
his
the wheel
story.
bay. 40,000
My
feet
camp.
in the air. What I told you. And this guy was screaming like a madman, getting his stories wrong, just like the lady the other day got her stories wrong. Don't listen, don't pay attention. Typical globe earthers want to believe what they want to believe, refuse to listen to what the truth is. Now, 11 hours in the air, 40,000 feet. I'm sick of your lays. Okay? That's the problem here with you globe earthers. Especially you here, Naga. New guy. Thought that you could outsmart, outwit a flat earther Remember, we're flat earthers. That means something.
Chemo,
Very, very strong meaning behind being a flat earth. That means we look at things critically. We don't just pull things out of midair. We look at these things carefully.
Chemo, which one of these stowaways are you talking about? What's the date?
Goodness sakes. I've posted it. It's there for everyone to see.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Wikipedia. Are you talking about the first
for everyone to
one...
see.
Yeah.
Now, I told you 11 hours in the air.
Chemo.
This guy's like 21 minutes, 21 miles. What are you talking about, dude? Who told you that? I didn't tell you that. I gave you a Wikipedia that which may have said that, but that's not the story I was talking about. I was talking about the 11 hours, 40,000 feet in the air, where he hid in the wheel hub.
You linked to a story that purported...
Oh, did I? No, I did not. I posted you the video, Naga. You didn't read it.
The details were totally different.
Blah, blah, blah. You didn't read it, right? I sent you the right link, and you refused. How about that, Michael Naga? Now what, Michael Naga? Where's my apology? Where's my apology, Michael Naga?
The answer to the question,
no apologies, no. Oh, he only flew a 21-minute flight over Africa. No, he didn't. I said he flew to London. Kosher. Oh, this is the only London flight I can find. I can't find the London flight. Of course you can't find it, Kosher. You're a globe earther, for goodness sakes. You can't find the curvature. You can't find space. You can't find rockets working in space. You can't find the globe. You can't find the London story. Of course. But it's there for all you guys to see. Right?
Chemo, can you help me? On this Wikipedia
Why don't you ask
page,
Michael Naga? He knows where it is now, right? He's been re-educated.
What is the date of this flight?
Tell him, Michael. What's the date of that flight there, Michael Naga? Tell him.
Chemo.
Which flight?
Which flight? Oh, I'm lost. I'm completely lost. I can't even believe it. Suppose Chemo was right and I was wrong. How about that?
Yeah, you were more than wrong.
You were more than wrong. Right, with an 11-hour flight, 40,000 feet in the air.
Between being wrong and lying your fucking arse off.
What, with 40,000 feet in the air, Michael Naga? 11 hours in the air.
Stop trying to sound intelligent.
Oh, right. No apology. Where's my apology?
I'm doing that. Fuck me.
Where's my apology? See the kind of the nonsense I have to put up with, and you won't apologise, right?
I can't find this person you're talking about.
Of course you can't find it. What do you expect?
In your link. Where is it? What's the date of this person doing this thing?
Let's double check. We've got it here on the big screen here. Stowaway survived. Tragic. Hidden in landing gear, now works at Heathrow.
This fucking room is tragic.
He now works at Heathrow. Right?
Yeah, what's the date?
Oh, for goodness sakes, Davros. Have a look. Ask Michael Naga. He knows everything about this now.
I'm not watching YouTube. I can't see what you're seeing.
Right.
I'm looking at the Wikipedia page.
Right. Him and his brother.
What is the date?
Him and his brother tried to make it. I don't think his brother made it. Oh, sadly. But he did. He made it.
What?
11 hours, 40,000 feet in the air, Michael Naga. All right?
Give me the year.
Chemo, do you know how to listen?
Well, I've got the ears of a globe earther now, right? Obviously, because I'm not can't hear anything, can I?
And you won't give it to me.
No, I want to hear from Michael. I want my apology from Michael Naga. I want my apology from Michael Naga. That's what I want.
No.
Calling me a liar, telling me I got the wrong flight when I told him from day one it was 40,000 feet.
No, you didn't.
And I told him it was 11 hours long.
No, you didn't.
Right?
No, you didn't, you lying sack of shit. And why is it that I've still got that link open that I had?
I don't know what you do and what you don't do in your life and when you do it and how you do it. But what I do know is that I provided you with the right link that said it was 40,000 feet in the air and an 11-hour flight. Now what?
You've been taking modafinil today, Summer, Chemo. Right. You're fucking on it, aren't you?
Yeah, chemo, Kosher. That's right? You as well, Kosher, trying to make me look silly. Oh, I can't find the London flight. I can't find it.
You don't have to try and make you look fucking stupid. Look in the mirror.
Stop. Calm down. The guy, his name is Pardeep Davros, and it was in 1986 in October, or 1996 in October. And I'm reading it, Chemo, So his brother died because he fell out. This guy, they both passed out immediately.
We've been through that, Kosher. We've been through it. Before I even brought this
passed out. The only difference
before I even brought this story, Kosher, I asked, "Can you breathe while you're sleeping?"
Kimo, I'm in the middle of reading this, man. You went over that already.
Yeah, you tried to make me look silly, Kosher, and you were wrong.
While I'm saying this, okay? But the guy in the front wheel, the guy who survived, it was -60 below.
Yeah, I'm not hearing any excuses.
They say he was in suspended animation after he passed out.
Yeah,
and he was in good health. And that's probably the only reason why he's able to survive.
All excuses. You all tried to make me out to be a liar. You too, Kosher. I'm very disappointed in you, Kosher. Very disappointed. Right? You know that as flat earthers, we do deep
chemo.
We do the research. I'm not going to just pull something out.
Try this for deep, Chemo. 76% of stowaways on planes die.
Kosher, I'm not looking for any derails. You tried to discredit the truth here. Right, and I expected from Naga.
I told you I found one guy, and you said look from London to somewhere else.
Yeah, I did say that. Yeah, because you were confusing me. I was thinking, why is Kosher doubting me, right?
This guy. Yeah,
I'm thinking, how come you doubting me, right? It's not like you to doubt me in this situation. And then I had to double check, which I did, and then I pulled it up, which I did, and we're still waiting for an apology from Michael Naga here.
You have to doubt you in every single fucking situation.
Yeah.
And especially when you're telling a bald-faced lie. The article that you linked to...
Excuses.
Was the one where I found the details to, because the one that you linked to, you were telling your pretty little story, but the article you linked to had fuck all to do with the story that you were trying to tell. So then I took the detail, I took the what information I could find in the article that you linked to, and then I found out the true story, which was totally
I don't really want to hear it, to be honest. You're just making excuses where you should be apologising, really.
No, you heard you.
There's no excusing you, Chemo. There is no excusing you.
Chemo, I think they're full. Chemo, I think they're full from eating out of your hands.
Apologize to us.
I think they're full.
Dig, you know what happened? Do you know what's going on? So I said to these guys, before I even showed the video about the flights, I said to them, "Oh, can you go up a mountain?" They said, "Oh no, you need oxygen." I said, "Can you go on an airplane?" They said, "No, you need oxygen." So I was like, "Well, what if it's got no roof on the plane?" They said, "Oh, you would die from a long distance, 10 hours. You would die without the oxygen, without the." I was like, "Are you sure?" They're like, "Yeah." They were ridiculed, just like you saw now. Then I produced the video the other day, like I did, and then just blew them all out of the water. Right? All of them just started attacking me. They were silent and attacking. It was silent attack. It was attacking and silence. But they were silent at the point, and then they came with the attacks. So it was like, and then now
silence is violence.
Something like this, right? And then now Naga brought it back up today, going, "Oh, you brought up the wrong story. It was only like 20,000 feet in the air. It was only like 20 minutes. It wasn't even far." I'm like, "No, that's not the story I brought forward." He's like, "Yeah, you did. You lied."
No. It was a story that you linked to. But
he's like, "Yeah, you did. You lie. Yeah, you did." So what happened? No. What happened is that Mippet the other day was like, "Where's your evidence? Where's your sources?" Right? So I pulled up the Wikipedia, which had tons of stowaways, loads. Some died, most of them died. Some survived. So she was silent, right? So again, now today, Naga has got his stories confused about which story was which, because they kept bringing up the ones that were like low flights, going, "Oh, look, he died. Look, this wasn't very far." And I'm like, "Yeah, but 40,000 feet, guys." They're like, and then now he's like, "You can't believe it." You see, busted.
It wasn't 40,000 feet though.
What was it then? What it says in the paper?
35,000 feet.
No, it said 40,000 feet.
Chemo, why are you lying? Your citation says 35,000
Let me have a look, double check.
Oh God, he got 5,000 feet off.
No, it's
40,000. He's going on for like 10 minutes about how.
No, but some of you guys do what Chris Cuomo do and Don Lemon, and it's stupid. You guys should work for CNN for all the tactics you use.
Chemo,
it's 35,000 feet.
You can always go looking for CRISPR in a fucking pond in the middle of a cave somewhere, like they seem to do in here.
No, but this guy's saying it was 35,000 feet.
But he keeps rattling off 40,000, and that's not even what his citation says.
Yeah, 35,000, 40,000, no big difference. You guys were saying 20,000 feet.
Why? Why did he survive, Chemo?
You said 20,000 feet, and he was nowhere near 20,000 feet.
Why did he survive, Chemo?
do you mean why did he survive? What do you mean why wouldn't he survive?
Where did we bury the survivors?
Why wouldn't he survive? What's the problem?
I asked you why did he survive? What was the reason for him surviving and his brother dying?
It says I saw the 40,000 feet, and it says he flew vertically.
Fucking chemo talked him to death.
It says pardon.
Fucking he committed suicide after half an hour listening to him. I think fuck this, man. I'd rather be dead.
Listen to chemo lost the will to live.
It says virtually 40,000 feet. That's why I said
self-pity took over and he slashed up.
Man, I'd rather go on a road trip or be stuck in an elevator with chemo than you. Like listening to your voice for a whole road trip. I'd rather take chemo any day. Being stuck in a bunker any day than your crazy
What's that?
voice.
You're going to take chemo? How are you going to take him?
I'm saying if I had to choose between any of you guys being stuck like in a confined place, the thought of that
you can have him in a confined
space. It's giving me a phobia.
Like, man, no worries.
But you, yeah,
I'm sure he'll enjoy it as much as
so
you
that's
do.
where I got the 40,000 feet from. It says in the paper there he was close to 40,000.
It's close. It's close.
You heard this, chemo. Your fanboy wants to fucking do you up the arse in an air raid shelter.
But what we've got here is you guys calculating again with numbers that the atmosphere gets thinner and thinner and thinner. When I told you it actually gets colder. Okay, you can go up 40,000 feet, breathe just fine. You can survive just fine, no problems. You might get a little bit cold. Take a jacket, take some gloves, take a woolly hat.
He says he passed out within minutes, though.
We say you fall asleep. You fall asleep on a long flight, Kosho. It's normal. Who stays awake for 11 hours?
No, dude, that's bullshit.
Right, Kosho, you're gonna get a bit of alcohol, right? And you're gonna just curl up in a ball, and you're gonna go to sleep. Yeah. Now we know how the media like to spin stories. Yeah. So when he said, "Yeah, I was fine, I fell asleep," they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, he passed out." Right.
Those are his words. He says he passed out. Yeah.
Well, again, the news. I mean, we could find him. He'll say, "I didn't pass out." He'll say, "I fell asleep," and they put in "I passed out." We hear that all the time, Kosher, that they change people's words. So, look, the idea is, the point is that you can go above Everest without oxygen. Okay, you don't need oxygen. It's just a money-making scheme and scam to make you buy oxygen that's already there. That's so silly. So, you've just got to be able to stay warm. Keep the body temperature at a high temperature if you can.
I feel bad for this guy.
Bit of training. And,
his brother died.
Oh no, that is bad. Yeah, his brother didn't make it. But there's been many. It did say 40,021, but I've just posted it in the chat there. But and they said, well, let's have a look again. Did they actually say? Well, I've just posted it, Kosher. It says. As they flew at over 40,000 feet, Kosho.
Don't want to get a word in, chemo, because you know you're going to get shot down.
Kosho, it says they flew at over 40,000. So why did you say it was less than 40,000, Kosh?
It says on Wikipedia 35,000 feet. It says on a couple of the articles 35,000 feet.
Yeah, but in the newspaper here, it says he's 22, VJ's 19, and they travelled at temperatures of -60. As they flew at over 40,000 feet, Kosho, in a massive Boeing 747.
Some of them say that. Some of them say 35. I mean, it's 5,000 miles.
I know. See what you guys would do.
October 14, 1996, New Delhi, Indian, London, England, B747, 10,675 meters. Survived in nose wheel well. That's from the official report.
Look what I'm talking about, like they knew this for ages and forever. Right? You're just aware of this information and you're acting like, oh, we've known this forever. Oh, yeah, of course you can just fly at 40,000 feet.
Chemo, what about the 75% of people that die doing this?
Oh, my God, yes, they fell out because it was cold. They got crushed by the wheel.
His brother didn't fall out.
What are you talking about them for?
But what about all the other people that didn't fall out?
What about
all the other people that didn't get crushed?
What about them?
You're not... Yeah, you've got to use a control, and you're not using one.
What about them?
And you keep talking about controlling the independent variable.
Yeah, what about them? What about the other people that died? People die every day. What about them?
Hang on. Whoa. So you're saying everyone dies like a stowaway in the wheel?
No,
well
I
of
say
a
people
plane,
die every
do
day.
they?
So what? What are you telling me about the people that died for? So what?
Ah, obfuscation again, Chemo. Good job. Thank you very much. Well done.
Okay. So like I say, this idea that the atmosphere gets thinner and thinner, this gradient that you're... What?
Jim took this apart with you this time last night, 24 hours ago. Jim went right through this with you. Why are you bringing it up again? Jim destroyed your argument. In fact, he owns you. Now he's devalued, though. He doesn't want to see you because he can't see you. He took this apart about the kids and the metabolism. I actually remember it very well. It was just on 24 hours ago. You're still back here with the same bullshit. This kind of blows me out a bit. Jim took you to pieces, and Nippet took you to pieces earlier in the night. And yet, have you been out of a brain trauma ward or something? Forgotten
Well,
two
I think
people took you to bits.
I think you kind of have Brunan because he's 22 years old. He's not a kid. He's not a teenager. You're getting your stories mixed up.
But you called him a kid.
You're getting your stories mixed up, Bunam. He's 22
you
years
called
old.
him a
Did you read
kid.
the report,
But
Bunam?
Chemo.
He's
you
an
called
adult,
him a
Bunan.
kid.
He can drive a car. He can get a job. He can drink alcohol. Bunan. He's not a kid.
You called him a kid at the start of your rant.
So, Bunan, what are you talking about exactly when you say he's a kid?
No, I'm talking about Jim and Mippet taking you to pieces yesterday.
But you're
In fact, they
talking
put
about
you
a
in boxes.
kid.
There were so many.
Yeah, Jem spoke about a little child who was 15. We're talking about a 22-year-old.
Why does the report? Yeah,
why don't you
does the
get your
report
story
call him
straight there,
adolescent?
Bunam? You and Mippet have the
Why
same
does the
problem, along with Michael.
Chemo.
Along with Michael
Chemo.
Naga here.
Why does the
You get-
report
there are
call
that
him an
many
adolescent?
stowaway stories? You get them all mixed up.
Schemo.
Why don't you focus
Why
on
does
the
it
one
call him
story
an
that we're
adolescent?
actually talking about Pardeep, 22 years old, Bunan, flew 40,000 feet, Bunan, for 11 hours. Not the teenager who flew for 9 hours at 35,000 feet, Bunan. 22-year-old is a kid. I mean, where do these guys? What do you eat in the morning? What are you eating?
You called him a kid to start.
You wake up, start
Chemo.
eating the dirt or chicken
Liar.
food or something, Bunan, and you just go crazy. Are you thinking straight?
You want to call me a liar and wrong and all that? Then why were you wrong at the start? You called him a kid that survived 40,000
Different story. For goodness sakes, Davros. How many stowaways are there? There's not just 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8.
Oh, wow, you can count. Can you get to 20?
There's not just 20.
Can you count?
So which story are you talking about precisely, exactly?
Precisely, exactly.
Specificity is...
What's your name?
specifies
Quantum Eraser?
specificity. You need to give me some specificity.
Is your name Quantum Eraser?
No, you need to specify with specificity.
You're starting to sound like him.
Right? You all getting your stories mixed up. They're all down under and apart from each other. You, Mippet, and Bunan have gone completely off the rails with which story.
Chemo, why are you lying?
You got a kid, you got an adult, you got a kid, you got an... Which one are you talking about? The 12-year-old that
You
Mippet was
called-
talking about?
Yes,
Which
but
12-year-old?
Chemo-
Which 12-year-old? Oh, no, yeah, we're
Jeez,
talking about
you
the
know how to have a
50-year-old now.
conversation?
Oh, no, we're talking
Are
about the
you the only
22-year-old
one-
now. Which one are you talking about?
Are you the only... Chemo, are you the only one having this conversation?
I'm saying
with
I'm
yourself?
replying to
Or do you
Bunan. I haven't
want
heard
me
from him
to reply
since.
to you?
Replying to Bunan, who said, "You're talking about a kid." And I'm like, no, we're talking about an adult, 22-year-old young man.
That's what you did, Chemo. You called him a kid to begin with.
So you need to, yeah, he's getting his stories mixed up. That was yesterday,
called him a
Davros.
kid.
Davros, that
You
was
called him a
yesterday.
kid.
That was yesterday. Jem said this yesterday. Today, we're talking about
but you
the
did it today,
22-year-old.
Yeah, and you called him a kid to start with.
That was yesterday.
So were you wrong?
No, that was the one from Africa. Again, even I'm getting the stories mixed up. There's so many. That was the one from Africa we spoke about. This one is from India. 22. Everyone's getting mixed up and turned into an Aussie. Now, which one is which? Which of the many stowaways that flew at over 30,000 feet are we actually talking about precisely? Now, I know it's hard when flat earthers are right. That's the last thing that you want on any point in any area.
But Chemo, what does this have to do with the shape of the planet?
Everything. Because it means that you don't have gravity, you don't have a density gradient, and you don't have any forces holding the atmosphere.
Hang on. So
His brother
someone
fell.
Yeah,
His
someone
brother fell. Yeah. See,
surviving.
look at you, all reading up on it now, all getting all researched.
But
on it
why
now,
did he fall?
right? That's what you should have been doing in the first place, right?
Why did he fall?
They've been thoroughly fast 21 apps. We can let it go a little bit now. I think they recognise.
Why did he fall?
Huge error, huge mistakes.
Why did he fall, Chemo?
Oh, for goodness sake! You checked it? Did you check? Did you do an autopsy? What did the autopsy say? What did the autopsy say?
Why do things fall, Chemo?
What did the
Stabbed like his
autopsy
brother
say?
and he fell.
He fell. Yeah, that's right. If it's too cold and you're asleep and you kind of roll over, what do you think's going to happen? Oh.
His density didn't match the airplane's density, so he was trying to match the Earth's density.
I can't even get your words out. You're trying to debunk me so much. You're all like so flustered.
Nice,
and that.
Happy. He tried to match Earth's density.
Right, and remember, that's what we do. Now, I try to keep humble with this, but when we've got Michael Naga...
You don't do shit.
I do.
You've got a lot to be humble about.
I do try to stay humble about it. But when we've got someone like yourself there, Michael, going, you're a liar, and I'm like, well, hold on, whoa. Rein that in there, sunshine. What are you talking about? Let's get off.
You are lying, you little shitbag.
Right? So now, when obviously we put egg all over your face there, Michael, you can't blame us for, I don't know if you want to call it celebrating, but we've been able to show you once again, and it's just what we do. To me, it's no big deal. We do this every day, all day, every day. We constantly show those who profess to be wise, actually, that,
I mean, even in the Wikipedia list, if you just go down, it's die, survive, die.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a shame, yeah. I feel sorry for them.
Excuse me.
Sad. It's sad.
The amount that died compared to those that survived for one reason or another.
Mm-hmm. Terrible, yeah.
And then you're saying, oh, there's no atmosphere gradient in the atmosphere.
Yeah, if there was no air up there, that's right, Michael Naga.
At sea level.
That's right, Michael Naga. If there was no air up there, those people would have died from not being able to breathe, Michael Naga. Is it?
So you don't understand hypoxia?
Is it making sense to you now?
He doesn't understand hypoxia.
So you're saying they don't need then to pressurize the airplanes; they just freeze and they'll be fine.
Well, funny thing is, right? The first plane in your Wikipedia article wasn't pressurized.
They don't need to pressurize them. That's right. I've been telling this for ages. There is no atmospheric pressure.
No, I'm talking about the first plane.
There is no atmospheric pressure. You don't need to pressurize your plane. It's a myth. They've made it up because of gravity.
They have to maintain the pressure.
Yeah.
No, they do not.
Maintain the pressure.
So the only pressure that we have is water pressure. You remove the water, you remove the pressure. I've been telling you that for years now, and we're only catching up now today. But I've dug deep.
You're not catching up to anything. You haven't even evolved the left hemisphere of your brain yet.
I've had to dig deep. I dug deep, had to find, because like before, you remember I had the champagne bottle. Champagne bottle wasn't enough, right? Because in my head, the champagne bottle should have exploded when there's no pressure around it. It wasn't enough for you guys. So I had to dig deep. I had to look even further, and I was like, okay. Because how I got that, I was thinking of a tyre. Like if a tyre were to go up in high altitude, it should expand and explode. But then I realised, I don't think with the plane tyres, I think they use nitrogen.
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
It doesn't happen, no. So they don't use. No, I don't think they pressurise them. I don't know. I have to double check that.
Well, they do pressurize.
There is a law of down.
No, I don't know. They do something specific. They do something to the tyres. I can't even finish my point. So user learning. This is what we want. User learning. This is great, right? So the idea, like I said, I was first of all, I thought of a normal bike, like a push bike, taken up into the air. Somebody riding a push bike, jumping out with a parachute. Should that expand? And I thought, but they're not going high enough. They're not going high enough. Then I thought, okay, what about? And then I thought of those movies where they push the cars out the back of those aeroplanes, right? And then and I thought, well, why don't they explode? And I thought, well, that's not going to be enough because you'll have excuses. And then couldn't believe it. And then, like I say, this guy stowaway came up on my lap. I was like, that's it, because now How are the ball earthers going to argue that you can't breathe up there if you've got someone for 11 hours, 10 hours with no oxygen?
Actually, Chemo, do you know that inside that wheel well, he'll probably be getting some oxygen from that plane? You do realise that, right?
Oh, what, from the tyres?
Oh my god, you... Really? Seriously, Chemo, have you been dropped on your fucking head?
So, like I say, these ideas were just spiraling around.
I'm learn how a plane is constructed, mate.
I've got to think how...
The guy might have survived because of his body might have went into... what do you call it? Like
no, I think he would have got it from the tyres.
Like suspended animation, yeah.
I reckon he would have pierced a hole in the tyres,
reading
put a straw,
the actual report,
put a straw in the tyres and went...
No, because of that access hatch they need in case there's a problem with the landing gear, there may have been the capability of oxygen to reach him. Not enough for regular oxygenation, but that's a possibility.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely Mr. Amazon in Central America. Definitely.
And for the tire thing, I don't know why that's a big deal. Because a car tire, you generally do at 32 psi or something. But I think they don't explode until like a couple hundred.
Hang on, Chemo, did you just lie about what I said? Did you say I said the Amazon was in Africa?
No, you said Central America was in the Amazon.
Yeah, and I conceded the point. So why do you keep carrying on?
Because you were wrong. You don't research.
Yeah, I conceded. I stated I was wrong.
Right.
I admitted it. But why do you keep
so you're
bringing
supposed
it
to
up
learn
after
from
I've
that.
admitted my problem?
You're supposed to learn from that. Think before you speak.
Well, why haven't you learnt?
You're talking about we're educating you every single day.
Why don't we just take it down to a cool level?
You haven't taught me a damn thing, Chemo.
Well, I'm kind of buzzed, Kosho, off the fact that we've got Michael Naga going, you're a liar. And then, like, 5 minutes later on, he got his story completely wrong, right? And I was able to show that 40,000 feet was what they said, and it was 11 hours.
No, it wasn't what they said. Not in the article that you posted yesterday.
Some of the articles said 35, some of them said 40. I think that they're not clear. Yeah, so I mean, no big smalls.
But you're right. Let's bring it down. Because like I said, we have to stay humble. We are men of God, right, Kosho?
So Chemo, do you actually have evidence, like your own evidence, your own observation of the flat Earth?
We are men of God, right?
Yeah, of course, Chemo.
Right, that's what we're saying.
Oh, yeah. Hang on, I've found it now. This is the article that you originally linked to.
Oh God.
Nichts im guten Hause geht verloren.
He's pulled up another story.
This is the one that you linked to, and as you notice, it was incredibly sparse of details. And then I looked up looked up the details for that story, because you were doing this shite about 40,000 feet. Right?
Can we move on now, Naga? Let's talk about the sun. Where does the sun go on a globe? Where does it go at night?
And then this is the story that I found.
You're not going to answer that, where the sun goes at night.
To what you posted, and I called you out for being a lying sack of shit, and I'm calling you out for being a lying sack of shit again.
Where does the sun go at night on a globe?
That's up to you to tell me, because
I'm asking you about your model. We don't have a model, do we? You have a model. Where does the sun go?
You do. We know the sun goes down, or rather the Earth turns, so that it appears that the sun goes down.
Excellent.
But where does the Earth go on a flat Earth at night?
That's a positive claim. I like that. So you made a positive claim now. So you say that Davros, hold on a second, Davros.
Chemo just lied.
Davros, hold on a second. We can get out in a second. Look, otherwise we're going to keep stopping and starting every 5 seconds, Davros. Just hold on a moment. Let's just get through this, Davros. Remember, Kosho wants it to be calm. Kosho, mute him. Mute him, Kosho. He's not making it calm, Kosho. Kosho, help me out here a minute. You just asked for calm, and now it's not calm.
I was talking to someone else.
Kosho, where is he? Kosho, you just asked for calm, and now it's not calm, right? We're talking about the sun.
To someone else.
Yeah, we're talking about the sun, and
why are you still flapping your lips? I'm trying to talk to someone else.
Michael Naga says that the Earth is turning. Now, Michael, how do we know that the Earth is turning?
You've been informed of this numerous times. Just go watch your own so-called debates with nearly everyone you've spoken to. This has been explained to you ad nauseum by people far better than I.
Okay, so you just made a positive claim. You just said. I asked you.
Never will, because,
oh, sorry. Go on.
Because there are species that have got more intellectual capacity.
Okay, so you just said the sun at night goes around the globe spinning ball, and I'm asking you, how do you know the Earth is turning?
I didn't say it goes around. I said the Earth spins, and therefore the Earth, the sun appears to go down.
Okay, so how do you know the Earth is spinning?
That's been explained to you numerous times.
No, not me. I know how it's spinning. How do you know the Earth is spinning?
Oh, you know that the globe's spinning, do you?
No, I know the explanation, but I'm asking, how do you know the Earth is spinning?
If you know the explanation, then why do you need to hear it again?
No, I'm asking about you. How do you know the Earth is spinning?
No. Well, explain to me what you think, because you've been educated in this so fucking often. You should actually know off by heart by now. So why don't you enlighten all of us with your experience, Chemo?
So why did you make that claim then about the Earth is spinning, Michael Naga?
Because that happens to be the objective truth.
How do you know the Earth is spinning?
Many, many times.
How do you know the Earth is spinning?
You can go and talk with your buddy Side 10. I'm not going to do this presuppositionalist nonsense with you. Seriously, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, but why would you make up a story, call other people liars, and then say something crazy like the Earth is spinning?
You've been educated in it ad nauseum, and you're still carrying on with this presuppositionalist bullshit. Go fuck yourself.
So,
literally, go fuck yourself.
Okay, so this is part of the problem here, Michael Naga, is that the wild claims that people make, that the Earth is spinning, moving.
How yourself off with Kent Hovind's little boy, because that's the limit of your intellectual ability.
Yeah, Eric Hovind is calling you, Chemo. Eric Hovind wants you, but Naga, just a quick thing. Chemo, not only a few weeks ago, admitted to the equidistant map as his model. The azimuthal projection map, that's Chemo's model.
So, Michael, I mean, you asked about the sun. You presupposed...
Where does the sun go at night on the flat Earth?
It goes away from you.
Yeah, but then I should always see it.
Why?
Because it'll always be above the horizon.
Why?
On a flat Earth. Because
what is the horizon?
Well, on the Earth, it's as far as you can see.
Okay, so why would you always see it on the flat
Earth? Flat.
Okay.
It kind of gives it away. On a globe Earth, it's easily explainable why the sun goes down. On the flat Earth, not so much.
Yeah, I know. We can have explanations, but what we want is a demonstration, right?
A bullshit which doesn't hold water.
No, that's why we'd rather demonstrate it rather than explain it.
It's every time when we see a sunset and you use a solar filter, the sun remains the same size. It just disappears from the bottom up.
How do you know any of this, Michael?
Because I've seen it numerous times.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look then.
We've all seen it.
Eyes on the west coast of France, looking out over the Atlantic.
Okay, let's see it then, so we can see what you've seen.
I've seen a sunrise.
Oh, fuck you! You've seen it too, dickhead.
I've seen Godmoyak. Have you? Oh yeah, you've also seen Godmoyak, yeah?
No, I haven't. We have not. Everybody's seen that.
I'm just going to go to the bog, and I'm going to pluck out my eyes and send them to you so that you can see it as well. Dipshit.
So that's part of the problem here, Michael, is that, you're just parroting what your priests, your religious priests have told you.
He's parroting what he's seen.
Yeah, I've seen it. Are you telling me
You've
that I
seen
haven't
it.
seen what I've seen?
Yeah, but you do
Just
have
everybody calm down a little bit.
you do have like a presupposed idea, Michael Naga, about how the world is and all these things, yeah.
When I see the sun
Oh,
setting
now you
and
want to
it's
jump in, Kosho.
and it's disappearing from the bottom up. I think the globe model perfectly explains it.
No, I know. Yeah, the globe model does explain that we're on a ball. We know that, but
Perfectly explains it.
but
Well,
also
clip that.
religion explains God. It doesn't mean anything,
Clip
right?
that. Someone clip that quickly. Chemo just admitted that it explains the globe.
It does explain a globe. Of course, the model says that the Earth should be 3959. The model says the Sun is 93 million. Of course, we know this. Just like the religious model. Well, the religious model also works, right? If you pray, if you follow God's laws. And that's the point, Mike. You'll turn this into a childish argument. It's going to be, yes, it is. No, it isn't. Yes, it is. We're looking for an argument as to why, on a flat Earth, you think you should see the sun the entire way, Michael Naga.
Don't bite. You can explain. It's flat. An answer. Pull him back. Come on, explain.
I think I'm in my own version here of Dante's Inferno with this guy. Is this guy really as stupid as he appears, or he's trolling? It's one of the two.
Well, it's not. It's not me giving the answers. I'm asking the questions. You're giving the answers. So
no matter how little I may ever, no matter what kind of prejudice I may ever have towards English people, no way would I ever have thought they could be as dense as you.
well, again, you're the one giving the answers, not me. I'm asking the questions.
No. You're the one spouting bullshit in lieu of answers. And when I tell you something that I've evidenced with my own eyes, and you go, "Oh no, you didn't see that." Well, yeah, I did, motherfucker.
No, because what we're trying to do now, we're trying to separate the delusional people from the people who actually do experiments. Now, we know if someone says I saw like a ghost, we would say, well, hey, you're delusional, right? There are no such things as ghosts, right? But if you're going to say, oh, the Earth is turning without an experiment, Michael, why on earth would anyone believe that without an experiment?
Kimo, you're asking for questions that you know that you've seen as well. So you're asking him like to show you a sunset. And it's like, you've seen what he's describing. Why are you asking for something that you've seen as well?
I've seen the sun do all kinds of things. Disappear uniformly. I've seen it disappear bottom first. I've seen it disappear top first. We've seen
it disappearing bottom up.
We've seen the sun get smaller and smaller and smaller. We've seen different kinds of sunsets. I'm asking what he has seen.
But we've all seen what he described.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, but if we have a look at what he's describing, we can probably explain what's actually going on, right?
Dr. Phil has just put it. That's exactly what I'm describing.
Okay, so you know that's not them. That's the apparent sun, right?
That's exactly what I've seen happen. Well,
that's the sun.
Yeah, because it's apparently there. Good job, Chemo. Well done. You know how to word.
It's not actually there. It's not the actual sun.
But
well, it would be on a flat Earth.
Yeah, but by you saying it's apparent, it's apparently there. Good job. Well done. Semantics rule.
Yeah, it's apparently there. But what we're looking for is the actual sun.
Yeah, apparently that is the actual sun.
And it's not the actual sun. The actual sun is already set.
Then what is it? Then what is it?
It's the apparent sun.
That doesn't tell me what it is.
Yeah, it just means it's light refracted around your globe.
Could it be the landing of the light? Could it be where the light is landing? Manifesting? Have you ever had a fish bowl or a Coke bottle and had a flashlight behind it and looked at the light hitting on the bottle? It's going to be in different places if you walk around that object.
Okay, now show me a condition that can cause that.
A Coke bottle.
No, show me an atmospheric condition that can mimic a Coke bottle.
We don't live in a Coke bottle.
This is going to be a similar retort to when we say, show me gravity sticking stuff to this atmosphere, sticking to the. You say look outside. I'm gonna say look outside. That's the condition.
Oh no. What we do is we've shown you how gravity is a force that's apparently
you do that
using
too.
other tests.
Yeah, you do that with the other tests, but I'm saying you're first.
But now show me, give me a
simple results usually. This
see,
is
we know how the bottle works.
Would you like to prove with us though? Would you like to falsify is the sun really there? Because I don't think this is something that science has done. I think for hundreds of years it's just been assumed that the sun is right there. So if you want to just put it on the guy coming up with a creative idea right now to do it, you know you're going to fail. But if you'd like to creatively work together, we can do it.
Well, why is that a creative idea? It's just an assertion.
Because you don't know how it would happen, and you're asking to create the idea. That's why it would be.
We know how refraction happens. So I mean, there would have to be like
my God.
You have to have a density condition. You know, we'd have to have a medium.
Bro, I'm sorry, but you're not saying anything. To be honest, you're not saying anything. You're saying I know. You're not saying look at this observation. Look at this observation. Oh, look. There'd be no way for this to happen. Oh, this could happen if there was this medium involved. You're not doing anything. You're just saying, I know. That's all you're doing.
You're just saying it could be.
Yeah,
it could be.
That's what fucking
that's
science
a stupid thing
is,
to do.
bro. That's what science is, God bless, man, is saying it could be this. It's science.
No.
Yes.
Science doesn't work that way. No, science doesn't work that way. Science has a logical conclusion when they do it. Okay, well, stop screaming. Science has a logical deduction that's done based upon what we know, first principles, and we go and we say, well, this could be happening because of X, Y, and Z. And those X, Y, and Z should have indicators that should be conditions that could cause that to happen.
Bro, there's no way that a mountain causes phosphine. There's no way anything causes phosphine that's inorganic. But the scientists are running all around saying we don't know any way that this could happen, but let's get creative and figure it out. Let's get creative and pull some shit out of our ass. That's what it's time to do right now. And if you don't want to spend any time doing that, then you don't get to run around and fucking say, I know, and there's no fucking possible way. When you ain't spend no time on falsifying your shit.
You have spent no time on falsifying your shit.
Well, to be fair, his shit can't be falsified because it's pulled out of his ass.
Right. Well, it could be.
Dude, you guys are getting really regressive here. You want to make jokes about the word apparent. You're joking about the word apparent rather than doing science. Yeah, good job, idiots.
Idiot speaking. Hey, if we put you in front of the audience, who do you think they think was the idiot? You. Okay, shut up.
Sorry, I just keep hearing Napoleon Dynamite. But I didn't know it was hard to find hydrogen phosphide.
You
mean you're retarded? You mean now you want to call phosphide a phosphine, I guess? Because remember, the spectrum of your little compounds and whatever, there's only a specific shade for every single thing, bro. Every single thing is exact shade. So why are you gonna fucking try to compare one thing to the other now? What's up with that?
Why are we just jumping off topics because you're fucking?
Nah, I don't know what he's talking about. This thing, I'm pretty sure he's pro about this phosphine bullshit, right? You talking about the phosphine shit, right, bro?
But why is that a contention?
Oh my God.
No, why is it a contention?
Bro, there are the researchers running around right now trying to come up with ways that Venus could be producing this phosphine from non-organic origin.
Yeah,
okay?
water and calcium phosphide.
No way.
Or white phosphorus, right?
Why are you talking while I'm not done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, but it's a reaction. Okay. Hot water and white phosphorus creates phosphine.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're guessing. You're guessing, bro.
Phosphine is formed by the action of a strong base or hot water on white phosphorus, or by the reaction of water with calcium phosphide.
Oh, really? Is that why all the science is saying there's no way that we know how it can come from non-organic process? Is that? Yeah, dude. Read the article. See, this is where you guys fucking want to act like oh, you're all flexible and shit, and you're all fucking, you could go on. You're not. You guys, the fucking narrative right now is there's no fucking other way. And y'all up in here trying to act flexible.
Posing a hypothesis.
So either way, there's a problem either way. You know?
You're babbling. Now, there's somebody who's putting forth a scientific hypothesis, knowing the chemistry of things, of a method it could happen. Now, that might not be possible on Venus for whatever reason, and that's why the other scientists haven't come to that agreement. But somebody's coming at it from a scientific perspective and saying that you can
no, that's a fine possibility, but they said no way on earth do they know about it. Now, this guy talking about, oh, yeah, he knows. He knows. So either way, there's a problem, right? Either way, this guy is fucking wrong, or all the fucking media is wrong. You guys don't get it that that's what the fucking problem is. And then you want to run around here and joke about a parent. If you Google fucking top 10 proves Earth is a globe, I promise you 9 out of 10 will be non sequitur idiocy. That's what the fucking problem is.
Hang on. Whoa. Sorry, Moya. Yeah, sorry, Moya. I want to know, why is it that what people say means it's a globe? Why is it a non sequitur when that was the question that was asked?
If you look up the reasons, you'll see that they're not, if you're talking about the top 10 proofs of the globe thing, if you look up these things, these common lists that you'll find that they're not mutually exclusive to a globe, that they could be reconciled just as easy on a flat earth. But they're put off to the general public as if, look, are you idiot person, don't be creative, don't understand that this is a false dichotomy, this is a false presentation of mutual exclusivity, and you can reconcile 9 out of these 10 proofs on a flat earth just as easy.
Okay, could you tell me one proof that's not mutually exclusive for a globe?
Absolutely. Number 1, all the other planets are round. Number fucking 1. Oh, so all the pool balls are round, so I guess the pool table's round.
I can see that.
Number 1, dude. It's fucking embarrassing.
Hang on. Whoa. I like that analogy, but the planets aren't on Earth, you dummy.
By the way, phosphine is prepared as a reaction of white phosphorus with sodium or potassium hydroxide.
Fine. Awesome. You're right. All the media's wrong then. You're right.
Don, calm the fuck down.
Yeah. And I'm reading the article right now. It's only a very small amount of people who think that it could be life on Venus that caused this. No one's chalking it down to it is this one thing.
Dude, all the articles are chalking it down as there's no other way that they've seen it. Now, what you're saying is they're concluding that they're going to have to find the new process now, right? But dude, if you listen to it on the radio, if you look at the Google articles, don't take it out of context. Don't omit the part I'm talking about.
That does not support what you're saying.
No, you're omitting the part I'm saying.
No, I even talked about it. It's a couple of researchers who say, yeah, this could only happen through the processes of life. There are other people that say we don't know what causes it. We're really excited about the prospect that Venus could have life on it.
I'm going to challenge that you're being slightly dishonest right now. Everyone that I've read, let me finish, okay? I'll let you defend it if you want. But everyone that I've read says, majority of them say that there's not a way. And it seems like you're slightly inverting everything that I've read. I'll go ahead and pull another one up. I'll pull one up, okay? Let me get back on it.
Now, citation that says everyone, citation that says everyone is saying the same thing.
Okay, I'm working on it. You saying you're being honest too? You saying that? You're not trying to switch this a little big? It sounds like you're
not trying to switch it, but from your claim, you said everyone is saying the same thing.
If you go looking for a search in Google, it says life may have been found on Venus. You're going to find a lot of people who propose that one of the methods would be life, and they don't know how it happened otherwise. Now, if you do a search on how would phosphine have been, you might actually get a little better search.
Well, that thing you just said agrees with what I said. What I'm saying now, the thing that you just said, that they're saying they don't know any other way.
No, one group of scientists. That's if your search is targeted enough, you'll find people who are trying to.
I'm referencing the people that published it. Wasn't it MIT or something?
Yeah. MIT said that was a possibility, not the root cause, and they may have said that life could have caused it, or some unknown process. That doesn't mean that it couldn't have been created naturally.
Okay, I'm gonna do a general search here. So I'm going back through my history just to see if I can see some of the exact ones I was talking about.
And also, it was stated, it was recently proposed that any phosphine detected in a rocky planet's atmosphere is a promising sign of life.
Yeah, you know why it's promising? Because they don't know any other way. It's from what I'm reading, there's no other way. And now this dude's just like, yeah, you pour the water on the rock, boom. Maybe it's an exact isotope or something. Either way, there's a problem. This is what I'm saying. This is the disingenuous stuff of the science fucking media mainstream, bro. Telling you. I have not got this wrong. I'm about to pull them up. You kind of agree with me. You said that you saw one that says the exact thing that I'm saying.
It doesn't mean anything, though. It's like, yeah, it could.
It means I wasn't making stuff up and I was saying the correct things.
Life is one possible alternative for how this happened. It might even be the most probable alternative, which I'm going to not say true, but it might be the most probable. But it still means that there's some probability that it won't be that possible.
Yeah, and I'm cool.
That's what science is all.
I'm all on board.
Natural process, or whether a biological process or an inorganic process.
I'm all on board for there's life on Venus. I'm telling you, it's not a problem for me.
And Brian, Preston, and Mr. Moyak, and Brian Peck, if you're still here. I just was going to inform you guys. There's an eclipse tomorrow night. It's probably going to be like 9 o'clock your time, I think. But maybe you could see if what kind of view you'll have of the ISS at that time, because we're trying to see if there's a bunch of people who it's going to be along the same path, and we're probably going to see if we can, all see it. Make some kind of observation. Might even record it in some way.
It's close to the ISS track.
Yeah. So like on Heavens Above or whatever, me and Curved and Jeremy actually, it's going to be directly over all of us, and so I think that means it should be directly near you guys too, because I know Preston, you're in the Carolinas, I think, and Moyak, you as well, and I heard Brian Peck, you were somewhere in that path.
Well, that's if you can see it with all the smoke that's been kicked up into the